Hello and welcome to Owen Dunn's Last Ditch Effort. My name is Owen Dunn. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm outside on my patio because I've been inside a lot. I don't know if you've watched the news, but something's going on. And a lot of people are inside now. It'd be funny if you didn't know what was happening. And you're just like, where is everybody? Why are all my bars closed? I guess I read somebody on a reality show that actually happened to them, which is kind of silly. So I hope you're doing good. I hope you have enough toilet paper. I'm outside and it's weird because there's bugs out here. And I don't like those. So here we are. This episode's a little late because things are crazy. I just found out we moved my closing date for my house up. So we're actually moving on Tuesday. We thought we were moving like 2 weeks from now, but now we're moving in 4 days. And we haven't packed a single thing. So that's pretty cool. I'm out here on my patio, and my neighbors are walking by looking at me crazy. So nice. Today, my adventure, since I've been cooped up, is I went and I sold a camera. I've had this camera up on Facebook Marketplace for several months now. When I first posted it, this guy reached out to me it was on Facebook Marketplace. This guy reached out to me and he wanted to buy it, and he was very clingy, I guess you would say. He was constantly messaging me all day long, and if I didn't respond, he would just send like multiple question marks like over and over. He would just ask me really dumb questions. Like, does it turn on? I'm like, yes, it turns on. But I wouldn't respond because I'm like, I'll get to him. He'd be like, does it turn on? Ding, 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 ding. I felt like, I imagine that's what like women on Facebook encounter, or any platform anywhere, when some creepy guy messages you. He seemed normal at first, as they normally do, and then as we progressed, he just kept getting weirder and weirder, to the point where I just told him that I sold a camera. I just straight up lied, and I didn't even pretend like I sold it. Like I just left the thing up. He's like, is it sold? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Like, yes, it is. What? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And this is like 1 a.m. So I eventually had to block him. I blocked someone on Facebook Marketplace. And this was before everything went down. This was January, late January. So I just figured he would be a problem. Like, I would give him the camera and he'd be like, something's wrong with this. What is wrong with it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And it would just be a never ending deal. So now that everyone is going into live streaming, even though it's almost as if I knew this was coming. Everyone's starting podcasts, and since people can't congregate, everyone's going live now and they need cameras. So someone reached out to me on Facebook and they wanted to buy the camera. They actually run a church, a local church, a small church, and they wanted to buy the camera so they could live stream their ceremonies, their church ceremonies. Probably not the right word. Services. Ceremonies, services. Same thing. So he reached out to me. I triple checked him out, and he seemed legit. So I told him I would meet up with him. I wanted to get this camera sold so I could have cash on hand, so I could barter post-apocalyptically. It's always nice to have cash on hand if things go south. Although if things go too south, then cash has no value. So I wanted to have cash just in case. So we arrange a meetup, and Facebook Marketplace meetings are already sketchy, and now throw in the coronavirus, and it just takes them up a whole new level. They just make them, you're like, because you're already like, is this guy going to rob me? And now you're like, is this guy going to rob me and give me a potentially deadly disease? I don't know this person. How are we going to do this? Usually we handle business with a handshake, but now you can't. So what do we do? So I was a little apprehensive. He was like, is anybody else interested in this? I said, actually, there's this crazy guy. I had to block him. And he was like, well, can you do 500 for it? I said, yeah, I'll do 5. I had marked it for way more, but I wanted the cash. And I said, yeah, I'll do 500 and a roll of toilet paper. Just a little, viral humor. He didn't seem to think that was too funny. Of course, we were just texting, so maybe he thought it was funny, but he didn't LOL it. So I don't know if he thought it was funny or not. So I'm driving over there. I start getting nervous whenever I do these sort of meetings. So I thought of because you're supposed to meet in public. So when I was going to meet him, oh my God, my neighbor's free. My neighbor just walked by and looked at me holding a microphone with headphones on, looking into a camera on my patio. So where was I? Oh, so I was trying to think of a place. He's asked if we could meet him halfway. He lived about like an hour and a half away in Rosenberg, if you're in the Houston area, if you're familiar with Rosenberg. So I told him I would meet him at this movie theater, which was about midway. I figured you meet him in a public place, you meet him in a busy parking lot. I said, well, the movie theater should be fine. So I'm driving there. He sends me a message. It goes to my car. I press the button, and it reads it out, and it's like, okay, I'll see you soon. I am in a white van. That is not what you want to hear on the way to a marketplace meeting, is that you're meeting somebody that is in a white van. That is one of the only things not to say when you're going there. So then I became a little more nervous. I roll up to the parking lot, and my dumbass forgot that everything is closed. So there's literally no one in the parking lot. There's nobody. It's just a lone white van sitting in the middle of this parking lot. So I pull up, and he gets out. He's a big Mexican dude. And he's like, hey, man, I feel like we're doing a drug deal. So it was good. He broke the ice with a little humor, which I appreciated. And then I realized that the van is full of children. So that made me feel better too. I was like, surely he's not going to shoot me in front of all these children unless he kidnapped all of these children. But they were waving, so they seemed in good humor. Didn't seem like they had recently been snatched from their homes. Unless they had been some sort of, what was that, Munchausen's disease? Where you fall in love with your kidnapper? I don't know what it is. They seem legit. They seem like legit. But then I thought it was weird too, because now there's all these kids together. They shouldn't be together. They're passing it around this van. I don't know. So I had brought a glove with me. I kept it in my pocket, and but it all happened so fast. The exchange, I was like showing him how it works, and then he handed me a thing. I didn't want to be disrespectful. I guess in this world now, it's not disrespectful to put a glove on in front of someone like normally it would be. You're like, if you went to the store and before someone handed you something, you like put a glove on, that would be very disrespectful. Now it's just common. It's just expected of you, really. But I'm so polite, I didn't want to make it seem like he is an infected person. I felt like that would be disrespectful. So I just took his check, and then was like, oh, where do I put this? I treated it as if he had wiped his ass with it. I'm like, oh my God, where do I put this? It's just gonna infect the whole car. I just put it in the center console, and he took the camera. He was very happy, and I wished him well. I threw in an extra manual, and I drove home, and the kids waved at me as they perhaps went back to their dungeon or back to the church. Those are really the only two options of what happened with those children. Would anyone even notice? There's so much going on. I think you could steal children right now and no one would notice. That's probably not a thing you should say on record. So I'm going to say instead, someone could go missing and it wouldn't be, again, this is the wrong thing to say, that big of a deal. Just say people have other things to worry about other than missing children right now. That also sounds insensitive. It's true, though. Sad but true. These are the times we live in. So, several people. Let's see if my phone isn't completely dead. I'm home literally all day, and I never plug in my phone. My phone just stays dead because I'm an idiot. I have all the time in the world to charge this thing, and I don't. So I asked a few people on my Instagram if you want to follow it. It is, what the hell is it? Last Ditch. What the hell is my podcast name? Last Ditch Effort Podcast. Something. Last Ditch. Could I be any more dumb? Last Ditch Effort Pod. Last Ditch Effort Pod. Follow me on there. I'm going to do stuff on there probably as well. So I asked people, what fast food would you miss in the apocalypse? If the apocalypse happened, what would you miss? So I got a few responses. One was Panda Express bat soup. Too soon. Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, Chipotle. Chick-fil-A Sammy extra pickles. That was Arlene. That's disgusting. Pickles are bad. I like the taste of pickles. I let them put it on there because I think the pickle juice is good on the chicken. However, I take the pickles off. I don't ask for no pickles because I like the flavor. I don't like the texture. Don't like the texture. If you don't like the texture of pickles, down in the comment section, let me know. Message me. We'll talk about it. Sushi. Bat tacos. Bat everything. Cheesy gordita crunch. I feel that. Cheesy gordita crunch. I would miss that. The Taco Bell. I've been going to Taco Bell anyway. I know you're supposed to support local restaurants, but you know what? Local people also work at Taco Bell, and they also have bills to pay, just like everybody else. So I did what I did, and I'm not sad about it. I've also eaten at local places. However, they will cut shifts. Do you think these heartless giant corporations would not oh my God, my neighbor's coming too. Jeez, this is embarrassing. Good thing I'm moving, so I shouldn't really care. I'm never going to see these people again. Do you not think that these giant corporations would not hesitate to chop these people's hours or anything like that? So, yes, support your local restaurants, but also support your shitty fast food restaurant places as well, because they gotta eat too. And that is really all I wanted to say today. Everybody's saying Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I got a lot of Chick-fil-A sandwich responses, which is good. I would probably miss that, but I wouldn't say that would be the biggest thing I missed. What would be the biggest thing I missed? I asked this like 4 days ago. Why didn't I think about it? I would probably say, well, and I already miss it, is the Buffalo Ranch chicken burrito from Taco Bell. It came and went. They discontinued it, and it was delicious. So if it comes back again, definitely. I would say Taco Bell, or probably a Whataburger I would also miss as well. What the hell just happened? Did y'all hear that? Anyway. So I'm trying to avoid the news. I know you probably are tired of hearing about coronavirus stuff. I was really hoping to talk about anything else other than the coronavirus today. That was my goal. I was really like, you know what? I know people don't want to hear about this shit anymore, but I wish anything else in the world had happened to me this week other than me sitting in my underwear, not shaving, and not showering.